everyone, and welcome to my channel, Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne, and today I'm going to share with y'all how to make this mixed berry cobbler from scratch. Are you ready? Let's get started. So these are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. This is flour. We're going to be using some sugar. I'm going to use 3 different kind of berries, and I'll talk to you more about the different types of berries that you can use to make this mixed berry cobbler. We also have an egg, some butter, and some fresh lemon. So first I'm going to go ahead and melt my butter. I'm using 6 tablespoons of butter, and I'm using salted butter, and I'm going to go ahead and melt the butter. And so while the butter is melting, I'm going to get together our berries. I'm putting in some blackberries, and we're going to use 4 cups total of fresh berries. And you kind of want to mix up your berries up. So I've used the blackberries, and now I'm going to use some blueberries, and these are really huge blueberries that I'm using. Now with your blueberries, although I've washed all of my berries, you still want to watch, especially with blueberries, you can have a little stem on them. My butter is melted, so I'm going to set that aside and finish gathering up our berries here. Now we're going to use 4 cups total, and I just kind of try to equal it out. Now blueberries are not as tart as blackberries typically, so I want to have a little bit more blackberries than I want to have of my blueberries. Now the strawberries that I have, although they look really great, they're actually kind of tart, and having some tart berries when you're making this cobbler is important because we're going to need that tartness to balance out the rest of the flavors that we're going to have for our cobbler. So I'm also going to add some strawberries for color, for taste and texture. I'm going to add a few more blackberries as well. Now you can also use raspberries. Raspberries work really well, so you can mix and match your berries, but you want a total of 4 cups of fresh berries. So raspberries or blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries. Those are the different types of berries that you can use. Or if you have a berry that you really like that's local to you, definitely you can use that. This cobbler recipe can go for many different berry types. Now once I have an 8x8 casserole dish that I've gone on and I've buttered. Then I'm going to use some fresh squeezed lemon juice, and I'm using 1 tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemon juice, and I've put those all over the berries. You just want to drizzle them all over the berries just like that. Now next, after we've done that, we're going to go ahead and get together the crust that's going to be for our cobbler. You need 1 large egg, and my egg is at room temperature. You definitely want to have that nice room temperature egg because we need to whisk our egg very well to make sure that the yellows and the whites are together, nice and blended like you would do if you're going to be scrambling an egg to cook. Okay, so once our eggs are nice and frothy, I put in equal parts of flour and sugar, and that was 1 cup each, so you want to use equal parts of both. Make sure that you level off your flour just like I did there, and I'm using regular all-purpose unbleached flour. So I added those 2 to the beaten egg. Then I take my fork, and you want to go ahead and whisk and blend together the flour, the sugar, and the egg, just like that with my fork. Keep going until you get like a crumbly texture. It's going to look a little bit like cornmeal. You're going to have some bigger pieces, some smaller pieces. And then what I like to do is I take my spatula just to make sure nothing has stuck or gotten caked to the bottom of the bowl, and so my spatula will definitely help me to lift up anything that's nice and solid at the bottom and just kind of mix it around. You see how there's a little bit of resistance, and so now I know I have everything that's all stirred up. Then we'll take our berries, and I'm going to use my measuring cup, and I'm going to scoop up just in cupfuls and put it all over our berries. You want to totally cover your berries that you have. Now this recipe is one of those old school down home country recipes from way back. It's been on my little file for a long time, and so this recipe, it's great because the simplicity of it, and this cobblers were always meant to be, especially berries, when berries come into season, cobblers are always meant to be like a treat that you serve to company that will come over. And you know, the folks come over to talk and to chit chat, and you serve up, you know, everybody get like a scoop of cobbler kind of thing, and they'd have coffee and sit around the table. And so this is that type of a recipe from way back. So I hope you guys try it and enjoy it. So next I take my melted butter And I just drizzle the melted butter all over the top from end to end. Now I'm using salted butter, but if you don't have salted butter, because the recipe doesn't call for salt, but if you don't have salted butter, you can use a pinch of salt in the cobbler recipe. When you're putting in the flour, you can go ahead and add a pinch of salt at that time, just regular table salt. So our cobbler is ready for the oven. We're going to put it in 375-degree oven for 35 to 45 minutes until it's nice, hot, and golden brown on top and bubbly around the sides. And this is our cobbler. It has come out the oven. My cobbler baked up for 45 minutes. It is nice and bubbly around the sides. It's a beautiful golden brown on top. I'm going to go ahead and serve us up some. And it's just cutting so nice. And when you cut into that crust, you can hear just like that crackle of that cobbler topping. And so the berries have burst. They have given out some wonderful juice and mixed in with that topping. And so it is just so nice and hot. I'm going to go ahead and top ours with some vanilla ice cream. And now if you like mixed berries, especially fresh mixed berry desserts, I have a mixed berry rustic pie that I made from scratch with an all butter crust, and I'll go ahead and link it at the end of this video if you want to check that out. And the crust is homemade and it comes out so nice and buttery and flaky. Well, here is our cobbler. Let me go ahead and get your bite ready. And so this first bite, because company is first, and so y'all are my company in my kitchen, and so I'm going to get your bite ready. Let's see, let me make sure I got some of the crust and berries and ice cream. Are you ready for your bite? Go ahead and take your bite. Now I'm going to take my bite and see how we did. Wow. Well, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me in my kitchen. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. It's free. And if you like this video and appreciate the content, don't forget to show it some love, give it a thumbs up, and click share, and share with your friends and family. And click that notification bell so you can come back and visit me again in my kitchen. I'll have a list of ingredients in the description box below. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.